Some Good Tea, where we drink some tea and we share some tea. I'm your host, Katie Bresnahan, and today I am sharing some tea with good old Sage.
She can't even keep a straight face.
I'm so excited, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. The tea we're having today is called Glazed Lemon Loaf. I really like this tea, and I specifically chose this for you, Sage, because Sage isn't really a tea connoisseur, as they say. So I wanted to make sure that we had like a really good experience. This is very much a dessert tea. I don't really know how to describe it any other way than its name. Like, this tea tastes like cake. So that's what we're going to be having today while we talk about a mysterious topic that's not going to be shared with Sage because he wants to be a surprise. Isn't that right?
Yeah, dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Let's see how opinionated this unopinionated person.
Yeah.
I have opinions on everything that does not matter.
Mm-hmm. And everything in between. Sage has no opinions whatsoever. Not at all.
No.
He's not very talkative or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
So as per usual, we're going to be rolling a 20-sided dice, and that's going to determine the question that each of us has to answer. There are 20 questions in this topic, and we're going to be having Sage go first. Do you think you're ready for this, Sage?
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a 10.
Ooh, down the road.
On my nice sparkly dice. What is the absolute worst gift you've ever been given, and do you still have it?
Oh, I gotta think about that. My wife's in the room. No, just kidding.
She's in the room while we're recording this, but I'm sure what is said on the podcast stays on the podcast and is only shared by our many followers, which I'm sure we have.
Okay, so I'm gonna skew the question a little bit. It's the worst gift because it revealed a bad quality about myself as a kid.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, so I was spoiled.
Okay.
So my great-grandmother knew I liked video games.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
I was young, like under 10, and an idiot. I mean, not much has changed aside the age. In that statement,
you're a little bit older now, right?
Right.
You're not 10. You're like 12.
And so she got me this Tetris little thing. Like, it was it almost looked like a old school Nintendo, and it just had Tetris on it. And I threw a fit about it. And then my dad called me out on it. He's like, "That's your great grandmother, and she's trying her best." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'll take it back." And he's like, "Too late. She already returned it." I'm like, and then I felt like a monster.
Oh my god!
And that is probably the worst gift I can possibly, because I remember I felt like a monster.
Aww.
But it's invaluable because I keep that in mind, and it's definitely helped shape my attitude on gifts.
That's actually really nice.
But like, definitely the worst
experience around salt in the wound.
Oh yeah. Not because the gift itself is actually like a nice idea.
Yeah, that's actually really cute.
It was before like smartphones were really a big thing, so like, and I flew a lot at that time, and so like, I could take that on a plane.
Essentially the idea of a Game Boy,
right?
Where it's all handheld.
I could take it on a plane. I can take it while traveling. I realized quickly once I sat down and thought about it, I'm like, oh, I would actually play this, but it was gone. Because of a bad attitude.
Because you made a stink. Because it wasn't as cool
as what I wanted it to be. Right.
Because you were 10.
Yeah, because it was a punk.
Life lesson learned. That's actually that's really wholesome. Coming from you, I feel like that's a big thing.
I wasn't expecting anything wholesome from you. Oh, thank you.
Don't make me laugh when I'm sipping my tea.
You played yourself?
I did.
You chose this?
I did. That was great. That was awesome. That's really awesome.
All right, am I rolling this?
Yeah, you can roll any of those dice you'd like to.
Well, you're rolling that one. That's...
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that has good weight.
It's a stone dice.
That's an 8. I'm saying that's an 8.
Yeah, that's an 8. So question number 8 is, and this one's for me, do you have a holiday or celebration you cannot stand? Which one and why? I have a lot of holidays that I really like. I love Halloween. Christmas is great because of like sparkly lights. I love giving presents and receiving presents. One that I can't stand. Oh my gosh. I feel like one that I have strong feelings about is, and I feel like this is common for a lot of people, is Valentine's Day. Like, it's so contrived. It's so contrived. And there's like an unnecessary amount of pressure, whether you're single or not, which I don't feel like is fair for anybody. Like, even if you're in a good relationship, all of a sudden it's like your anniversary, or it's like it's their birthday, but it's everybody's, and so there's pressure. And did you forget something important, Sage? Now that he's making quite the face.
No.
But I feel like it's that level of pressure, right? For you, if you're in a relationship, and so then you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do this grand gesture. I have to one up myself from last year or whatever, or one up their ex that did this thing that even though they don't talk to him anymore, we once had this great thing that we did. Like, so there's that pressure on everybody who's with a significant other. And then there's the rest of us who are single. And now there's this expectation of like, oh, you must be lonely. It's Valentine's Day and you're lonely. And so, like, you do things like Galentine's Day when all the girls get together and talk about all the boys or whatever. Like, there's so much around this holiday that's just kind of dumb. I feel like it's kind of dumb. It's very commercial. We claim a lot of holidays are very commercial nowadays. I feel like Valentine's Day is so, like, it's the king of the commercial holidays. Like, when would you ever buy like this ugly like stuffed bear with weird chocolates coming out of its stomach or something, except on Valentine's Day?
Or there's already a day for it. Your anniversary. You don't need an extra day. Yeah.
Exactly.
You could remove Valentine's Day from the calendar.
Fully.
Nobody
would be sad. I don't feel like anyone would complain. Well, except for like the little kids, like when you're in middle school, or even before that, like in preschool, and you get those cute little Valentine's cards.
You make the box.
Yeah. See, like, that's the stage when Valentine's Day is like really cute. Right. And I loved giving those little cards you fold in half with like the sticker. I would give them to all my friends, and they'd give me all theirs, and it was like cool to see what people got. That was great.
Yeah.
And then you moved on, and it was bad. It's just bad.
And then it gets into high school, and then there's weird pressure and hormones behind it.
Yeah. And you're like, it's like gross. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry to anybody who really likes Valentine's Day. If you do, let me know, I guess. I don't. I think that's as close as I get to hating
a holiday.
Do you feel like you have an answer for that question?
Oh, I have a hot take.
Excellent.
I want to clarify. I used to love this holiday.
Oh my gosh.
But now with my goals and like health and stuff, Thanksgiving, I absolutely loathe.
Yeah.
I absolutely loathe.
Yeah.
Because if it was just Christmas every year, like, it's fine. It's
There's a lot of food and stuff
already
associated with Christmas, and like the whole month of Christmas is kind of like, here, I brought you this plate of cookies from the Joneses, and there's a lot of food.
And then you can you know what, you can combine the two. You could be thankful on Christmas because like you're with your family, hopefully, or like you're with loved ones and blah 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 blah. You can be thankful, but you don't need to tack it on to the beginning of December to just be like, hey, let's be a glutton for like a month and a half. And I'm like, I don't want to waddle into the new year. I think it's a conspiracy by the fitness industry. Gyms know that if we make people feel super fat by a month and a half of eating, they will sign up gym subscriptions on New Year's.
I mean, yeah.
It would probably be way less. So that's a joke, but a real thought is I think it would be way less, that New Year's resolution, if we didn't immediately have follow before that a month and a half of eating.
Yeah.
Right. But I can go without Thanksgiving at this point. And then juggling with families. It gets really weird.
Yeah, it's really awkward. There's like pressure to be like, well, you were at her family last year, and aren't you going to come to our family? Or they expect you to be there, like both families the same day.
Right. And then it gets into the whole argument of like, well, we want Thanksgiving, we want Christmas. just alternate Christmas. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
just
you gotta
rotate. You got to
Yeah.
get on a system that everybody's good with. But yeah, I feel like extended family can make those holidays. And I think there's a lot of people that dislike either Thanksgiving or Christmas or potentially both because of awkward, uncomfortable family stuff,
Right.
or like family tragedies and bad memories. But like the holidays that are like, oh, let's bring the family all together and like be grateful and enjoy each other's company and give each other gifts and stuff, it can be absolute hell
Right.
if your family is trash.
Now, Friendsgiving, all for it.
Are you saying that because we've had Friendsgiving like what, twice now?
Yeah, it's great.
It's actually really good. So, I've liked every Friendsgiving that we've had.
So my parents,
the food was much better.
For real.
The food is much.
Also,
much better.
The idea is different. We're coming to play games and hang out, less than have a fat meal,
share
right?
stuff, you know.
But my parents, for a few years before I moved out, they were doing Planksgiving, where they would dress up as pirates and have a fish fry on Thanksgiving. So instead of like turkey and stuffing and everything, yeah, we called it Planksgiving. It was so dope.
Oh my gosh.
I'm also for Planksgiving, but Thanksgiving, I'm not grateful.
It's like the exact opposite for you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm sure we've offended some people who absolutely love either Valentine's or Thanksgiving. I feel neutrally towards Thanksgiving. I think Christmas needs to stay in December, but
December 1st.
Yeah. Yeah. But I get your vibes with the Thanksgiving pressures of here's a bunch of food, eat till you die. Like that's rough. That's rough. But yeah. All right. I like it. Any other strong feelings? Any other holidays? You're giving me quite the look.
I could pull some out.
Oh, I know. You could go on forever. Well,
forever.
Let's do another question.
Okay. Are you rolling this?
Yeah. This one. That is a 19 on the dice. Ooh, snap. Oh, I'm excited to hear this one from you.
Oh, no.
What vacation was absolutely the pits of a trip? Why and what happened?
Oh, boy. Oh, which one? Oh, my goodness.
It's okay. We got time.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Bad trips.
Bad trips. The first one, it doesn't even count as a vacation, but it's a trip.
Yeah, it's okay.
So my grandfather passed away.
Okay.
And we were going up to kind of deal with all that, right?
Yeah.
And and we drive, right? So it's an 9-hour drive. But my dad went up a few days early, so it was just my mom and I in the car for 9 hours.
Sage.
And that was brutal. And there's certain parts of the drive where there's nothing, and I mean nothing but flat sand for a long time.
Oh my gosh.
And and I was excited to see my cousins despite the circumstances and to see family that I don't really see that often, right?
It's still nice to see, close family members otherwise you wouldn't get to see. That's nice.
My mother and I, to kind of keep her nose out of everything, went to every quilt shop we could find in the metropolitan area because I was mom sitting for like 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
And it was awful. And I got pulled out of school. So like all my friends were like, oh, you went on vacation? No.
It was like, no,
I went babysitting. It was so bad that my dad took me out to dinner like a week later as thanks for babysitting my mom. He's like, you took a real bullet for the team there, son.
My gosh.
It was pretty rough.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Dang, that is rough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. I feel like the worst, like all of the ones I can think of for this question for me, all tend to relate to like either a really long drive or like a really bad flight with a family member that you may or may not get along with super well. Yeah, all of them. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
It's rough.
And then the thing is too, I made that drive back with her by ourselves because my dad drove separately.
Shoot.
So it was.
You couldn't ride with him? Oh, Sage, no. Sage, no.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real honest.
Yeah.
A little personal. It was that trip that my dad decided to split from my mom. He told me years later.
Dang.
He's like, hey, you remember that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's when I realized. I'm like, oh, I know.
He wasn't even with her.
I know.
He wasn't even with her in the car.
That's how much of a nuisance it was. It was such a bad trip.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I've known Sage's backstory, his whole thing with his mom, and that it's a time, but I did not know this. Oh my gosh. That's good tea.
Oh yeah.
That's real
You want
good
tea? Spilt it.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's a really bad vacation when somebody who wasn't even with you was like, I'm gonna divorce her. Like, yeah. You know it was bad. Yeah. You know it was really, really bad. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's good. That's really good.
Oh yeah.
Did you have another one you want to share, or do you want to go into a next question?
No, let's go into the next question.
Okay.
I don't know how I top that. I can't think of one.
I mean, a vacation that ends in your dad telling his own son, hey, I'm going to divorce your mom is pretty dang good.
Bad. Yeah, I mean, like that.
That's really bad.
Pretty up there in bad trips.
I don't know if I could top that. Like, I have some agonizing stuff, but I definitely can't top that. My parents are still together. I've never had a trip that was that bad.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it. Anyways.
It was a bad time.
Should I roll this?
Absolutely. You are so bad at rolling dice.
You know what it is? Okay. That was a legit roll, though.
Yeah, that's the exact same number.
He's destined for number 6.
Oh, this is a great question. So it's number 6 that he rolled twice because he's so bad.
Should I go for the third and hopefully get the... No, just
kidding. Your luck wouldn't hold. So number 6 is, unfortunately, being adults means that we have to do stuff. What chores or tasks around the house or out in life do you avoid at all costs because adulting sucks?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my answer and then you can tell me yours. I have a few that I really hate, but probably like the king of the castle of hatred of adult chores is not doing laundry but folding laundry.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
The doing part's fine because you can do other stuff.
Yeah, it's quick. You toss it in. It smells nice. It's warm when it comes out. Like, that's great. But, like, then I have to fold a pile of laundry and I have to put it away. And some stuff, I'm a girl. Like, some stuff I have to hang up. Some stuff I have to fold a certain way. You know, there's, like, extra steps. It's not like you wash it and you're done. Like, no, there's, like, so many extra steps. It gets really complicated. You gotta like organize your socks and stuff. Like so much so that I kid you not, like right now, we're recording in my house. If you were to look in my master bedroom, in my Papazon chair is laundry that I did today that I have not folded and probably will not fold at least until Saturday.
Oh, we have tons of laundry right now, like a huge box of laundry that needs to be put away. And I know she's thought of it, and I know I've thought about it. Mm-hmm. My wife Lacey, and we both are hoping the other will do it because neither of us. And it's not a clean set of laundry where it's like, oh, it's his laundry, he should do it, or it's hers.
Yeah,
it's our laundry
together.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Well, because you're not gonna like separate it out. I mean, you separate colors, but you're not gonna like separate out like, oh, this is his and this is mine.
No.
That's not efficient. That's way too much work to start with. So like, no. But then it's like right? Like this is like a realization that's come upon me like gradually. It's like I didn't used to have the luxury, you know, you're in college or like you're with a roommate, you share a room, like you have to put your stuff away. I didn't like them being dirty, so I'm not going to be dirty. So I would just like automatically be putting stuff away as soon as it was clean. It was never like I never had stuff sit out. And it's not until I got my own place and I'm doing my own thing that I realized how much I hate laundry. It's terrible.
I wonder if part of it's too as well. Like you don't want to be dirty and you don't want them to be dirty.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because when you're in school, it's kind of a grind.
Oh my gosh.
And you're like, the option is, I just got back from school.
Yeah.
The option is, and I know I should study, right?
Yeah.
So like, I could do laundry.
Or
I could go do homework. And sometimes you're like, the laundry's sounding real good. But when you're outside of college and you have a job, and then for the most part, your job kind of ends when you leave for the day, to the point where you don't have to like sit down and pour over textbooks for the next couple hours.
You're not pouring over lectures and textbooks. You don't have stuff typically for most people.
Right. Yeah. So then it turns into, do I want to put away laundry, or do I want to rewatch Lord of the Rings extended editions again and cuddle with my cat? So you have more interesting options.
Oh yeah.
And now you have more of like a disposable income, and you're like, oh, maybe I want to go.
Maybe I'll just go out for the night. Maybe I'll just ignore that. When I've gotten so bad, like I'll go days where like you have the Papasan chair of clean laundry, and I just take the clean laundry and put it on my body.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
so the stuff that's actually put away has been in there for 3 months.
I'm ashamed of it, guys. Like, I really am, and because I don't like having a dirty house. I don't like it makes me feel better when things are like cleaned and put away, and like it feels better. I have a lot of chaos at my job that will remain nameless. So like just a clean environment helps me feel good and like less stressed. But I hate folding laundry, and I'll even do the thing of like, oh, I'll sit on the couch and I'll fold laundry and watch the show that I was going to watch anyway. It takes me twice as long because I'll just sit there and watch the show. It's bad. Yeah. It's really bad. Yeah. So that's probably the number one chore that I hate the most.
It's a pretty good one.
Can you top it? Or do you have something else?
See,
so we know it's like we have the same, but do you have something else?
Part of me is also saying dishes, but that's not the one I want to talk about because that's pretty obvious.
Dishes, I feel the same vibe with dishes as I feel with laundry.
Right.
Where it's like one of those chores that it's just going to happen again. Like you never are like done, and it happens again quickly.
But I think the one that I really hate,
oh gosh,
is having to call anyone for anything. Like if I have to call to make an appointment, cancel a gym membership,
oh my gosh,
or like insurance stuff. Oh my goodness. Making phone calls. I hate getting calls.
Yeah.
And I hate calling people. I shouldn't have a cell phone.
Oh my gosh.
Because it drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
And insurance companies are the worst. We have been fighting some insurance claims, health insurance claims.
Because just so the listeners at home know, Sage is a COVID factory.
No, actually, this is the Achilles tendonitis. I had bad feet and COVID. Like
he's had COVID so many times, and like I don't mean to make light of this for anybody that's been affected by COVID negatively, but Sage, like the struggle is so real. He's had the vaccines, doesn't matter. Like
I had it twice before the vaccines. I got super sick from the first shot, super sick from the second shot, and then got it again after the vaccines. It doesn't matter.
He is patient zero,
apparently. Right? But I also have equally bad feet, and I had Achilles tendonitis. So for the physical therapy and stuff, we're fighting the claims.
I hate that.
Well, because I was on my mom's insurance, and then we got married, and then I got. We got put on a different insurance.
Yeah, you get your own and everything.
And it was a game of he said, she said. So my mom's like, okay, I took you off the insurance. But the insurance company's like, no, you're not off the insurance. I'm like, So anyways, it's required dozens of calls.
Oh, no.
To like try to sort it out. We're not sure if it got sorted out. Because we haven't heard from physical therapy or the insurance company. So we're like, maybe it's sorted itself out.
Maybe if I ignore this problem, it'll pay for itself.
And I'm only ignoring the problem because that would require me to make a phone call.
Oh my gosh.
I hate phone calls.
Like, as you're saying that, like, same. But, like, dang, man. Like, dang, that's not good. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Oh wow. Like I feel that in my core though, because like I remember as a kid, like guys, I'm old, okay? And like we had a phone on the wall in the kitchen with one of those big long cords. It was about 12 feet long if you like fully uncurled it.
So your mom, even though the phone's in the living room, she could be like 40 feet away in the kitchen, like still cooking on the phone.
Like stirring stuff. And we learned how to answer the phone, and we learned how to make phone calls when I was like a little kid. I remember as a kid, because there's not a screen, nothing. There's buttons, and you just have to punch the buttons, and then it calls. And I was always so scared I was going to punch the wrong button when I was like calling one of my friends, and I would call a random person that I had no business calling, and it would be awkward for everyone. I was terrified of it. I was so scared of it. Like, so scared. And that has like carried over into adulthood, and I have to call people every single day for my job. And I think the only thing that helps is like I'm in a position of like authority or whatever, you know, like I'm calling you to like tell you the thing. I have a reason to call you. Right. I don't have to call and be like, oh, excuse me, I'm calling about that insurance thing we haven't figured out yet. You know, like,
yeah,
that helps a little bit, but I hate it with a fiery burning passion. Like, if I could never call another person on the phone ever again, I'd be happy.
Emails and texts.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Carrier pigeons.
No.
Wait, no, that requires good penmanship.
Yeah.
Emails and texts.
I was going to say, can you write well?
No. Okay, so let me flip this question on you.
Okay, yeah.
What's an adult thing that you actually enjoy? That you would, if you told kid you,
yeah,
that you like doing this as an adult, you know, kid you would be like, scoff at it. I know mine.
I feel like chore around the house. I love vacuuming.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you get those stripes in the carpet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love vacuuming. Like, I will move my furniture so that I can vacuum and have the nice lines.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I love vacuuming. I remember like not loathing it as much as like a kid, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go out of my way to vacuum. I will go out of my way to vacuum.
Yeah.
If my cat didn't hate it as much, I'd probably vacuum every day.
That's a valid reason.
He hates it. I try not to stress him out. That's the first one that pops in my head. But like another one that I'd be like, hey, past self. Oh, okay, this is kind of weird.
It's a weird one.
It's kind of, I don't know if, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's a chore, because I actually really, really like this thing. Going through the car wash.
That's amazing. I hate the car wash.
Wait, really? No way.
Yeah, so
are you serious right now?
For a very specific reason.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened. It's the potential. It's the potential, right? So like, I've never had explained to me how to go through a car wash. I love the suds and the I love that. That is my jam. But you know what freaks me out?
You're like scared you're gonna crash or something.
Oh
my gosh.
I don't know what the rules are. I know you're supposed to put it into neutral, but the car moves.
There's
signs. I know, but every time,
there's people that show you what to do.
I know, but every time I panic, I think I'm gonna crash. And it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be blood and soap. That is legit why, babe. Okay, so my wife's in the room. Babe, you know how you asked me to go to the car wash and I refuse and I've never done it? That's why. Because I don't want to put the car in neutral. And I drive stick shift for most of my life, so being in neutral is natural.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm crying. Oh my gosh. I had no idea what I was about to unleash. Oh my gosh.
So my answer is taxes.
Oh my gosh. That is insane. Holy crap. Like, car wash? Nah, that thing's gonna kill me. Taxes? Hell yes.
There's two things certain in life, death and taxes. I'm down with both of them, as long as it doesn't involve neutral.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Because think about it this way, right? Taxes.
Wow. Yeah.
You're in two courts.
Okay.
Either A, somebody's making some money from the government.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Bleed them, whatever.
Or someone owes the government money, and you're like, uh-oh, police alert, we got a criminal on our hands for $25.
$25. Here we come for you. Oh my gosh.
And I think it comes from high school because it's the only distinct lesson from high school where my teacher sat us down and taught us, and I can pinpoint doing taxes was the one thing I got out of 4 years in high school.
It stuck. I mean, I'm sorry about your education, but also that's great, because if that's one of the few things you walk out of there learning how to do, that's an important life skill.
Yeah.
That's good.
It came from my rudimentary English class as well.
Okay.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to. But my word, so many questions. Guys, Sage is great. Isn't Sage great? He's got some good stories. I had no idea you were so scared of a car wash. I'm gonna be thinking about that tonight while I'm in bed. I'm gonna be laying there staring at the ceiling, thinking about how soothing it is to me, how much I love the suds, and the people are always so nice, and then I can vacuum my car, which is basically the dream, because vacuum is awesome, and then your car's pretty, everything about it is amazing. And meanwhile, I'm just gonna be picturing Sage white-knuckled as he pulls up to the quick quack.
Hey man, I'd fight that duck.
Gosh.
There's a duck mascot.
Yeah, there's a duck for them. I like car washes so much. And I feel bad. It was similar to Quick Quack, where you drive through and everything's automated. But it was in Texas, and I would go out of my way to use that car wash because the suds were pink and they smelled like almonds. And so you just you can set your AC to filter the air or not. We would just set it so we get the almond scented soap smell.
You know what that vibe is?
What?
You know in Harry Potter when they're in the potions class?
Oh my gosh,
and the love potion is supposed to smell what the person's attracted to, and Hermione goes, it smells like freshly cut grass and toothpaste. Yours is pink suds and almonds.
It smelled like a cookie, like an almond cookie. It was so good. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Go out of our way to go there. It was great. Every time I go through a car wash, I think about that, and I'm happy, but I get a little bit sad when it just smells like fruity, It's oh darn. But Sage can't pay attention to that because he's too scared of the neutral that he just put his car into.
And then there's pressure at the end to get your car out, and I don't know how I got here to begin with.
The lights blinking, and you're waiting, oh, will I be able to make it alive? Oh no, the car behind me is gonna run me over.
Oh yeah. The person's gonna get mad, and I'm gonna get us banned from the Quick Quack.
From the car wash. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, guys, we gotta wrap this up. We've been talking a little bit too long. But how fun. We were talking about our topic today, in case you didn't figure it out, was stuff that you hate.
And there's a lot.
Oh, there is a lot. There's so much. I'm sure we could go on for hours, but
hours.
That is gonna be it for today, guys. If you enjoyed listening to this hot mess, be sure and subscribe, tell your friends, and we will talk at you later.